Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm the Mysterious JG, and yeah, the story, it feels like the story has ended, but obviously we haven't had anything that felt like a final boss battle, despite the efforts of the game to play up how tired Ichiban and his friends were after those two fights. They were against generic enemies, just a slightly larger party than we'd normally get. Um, so the game ain't over, but I guess it's giving us a little bit of a false finish here because suddenly there will be some kind of horrific revenge planned by Ryo Aoki, I would assume. Anyway, here's but maybe it's because part of it's just it's all Japanese names and Japanese characters, but I'm getting a little confused about who's who. Like I'm picturing Ryo Aoki, the young master, and that one henchman who worked for Arakawa before and was a jerk to us and wanted to cut off our finger like way early in the story, who still seems to be working with Ryo Aoki. Like I was just trying to remember his name. I can't. This game needs like a character directory like Final Fantasy Tactics had that updates as you go along and as things happen. And it can even have the Final Fantasy Tactics menu music playing over it because that music's epic. Anyway, let's get back to finding out what will be the swift and terrible revenge of the game's villain, because the game's villain has not been dealt with yet.
Some things between a father and son never change.
But I can't afford to go easy on him anymore.
No?
He isn't aware that well before he was governor, the sixth chairman and Watase were considering dissolution.
Dissolving him.
By the time he pressured me to sell out the Tojo clan, all that did was accelerate their plan.
Those guys are just really tired of the whole Yakuza thing. They're just
Now
bored.
Masato knows what growing power tastes like. If I don't stop him before it grows too large for his throat, he'll choke on it.
Fuck, you're still trying to help
He'll
him.
lose everything. Everything he's built.
We're gonna get those.
I just don't want to see that happen.
Is there any way that we can get those deported prostitutes back too?
Well, I should get going.
Can we have Peking duck for breakfast
Boss.
tomorrow?
Hmm?
And he shoots him.
Earlier, you said you don't have a title anymore.
You're also out of a job. Would you like to come work at Survive Bar? Somehow I kind of own it, even though I don't.
So, what's your plan from here on out? What are you gonna do?
Where are you going to run to now? Where are you going to go?
The sixth chairman and Watase knew that once their factions were gone,
They'd have to
many of
become
their men
secret
would lose their
Japanese
way
living in
with no
Korea.
Yakuza path to follow. That's happening now. So, they want to find some legal means to take in these wandering souls who have nowhere else to go.
They're going to adopt their old Yakuza guys? Because apparently there was a legal document ending their Yakuza clans.
I'd like to help them with that task.
Thinking of some weird
I see.
legal
Yes, you
ending
do have total freedom to do whatever now, huh?
of total
Yes.
situation.
And the only thing I'm wondering is how am I going to kill the time? I think this is how every businessman must feel when he retires.
Possibly. Most businessmen haven't had as many people killed as you have. Well, I say that.
Well, that being the case,
Would you like to become a
should I
party
go
member?
back to being in the Arakawa family?
There is no Arakawa family.
Ichi, are you?
I just told you, I just made this vague implication that we're about to adopt a bunch of Yakuza as our children. Is that what you're asking?
It's just... When I was working in your family, it was the happiest time of my life.
Yeah, I don't know, it seems like you've got some decent friends now and they're not always trying to chop off your fingers.
I felt that way ever since you rescued me at 16. I mean it.
And the time in prison,
But how
that
can
wasn't
you
fun for you?
still? After I sent you to prison in Masato's place for 18 years.
Oh, I forgot about
After
that. Yeah,
lying
fuck
to
you.
that it was for the family.
Well, I accepted that when I went.
And then, after all that you did, I shot you
That's
You
true,
only
isn't it?
did that to give me a chance to keep living.
No, that's really not why I did that, Itchy. I can't be your
No.
dad because you're too
All the
gullible.
chances you needed were inside you. Your own strength kept you alive. The truth is, I've never helped you at all.
Well, other than that one time, the very first time, when I got a finger cut off to save your life. But that was a pretty big deal. But that kind of from there, I haven't been helping you that much.
Not even once. You should hate me for all the things I've done. Why don't you?
I'm just a nice guy.
Fine. If you really want to beat yourself up about it,
Chop off another finger.
then please let me back in the family with you.
He's gonna weep taco sauce on his cut up eye. He's got a big old scar, but it doesn't quite reach his eye.
Hey, Ichi.
Wanna
You
get
were
some
born
big
at a
duck?
soapland called Shangri-La, weren't you?
Yeah. So I've been told.
It's a hell of a story.
But at least you
One
weren't
that's
born in a
never sat
locker.
well with me. I dream about it, you know.
You dream about it?
The soapland? Well, I mean, I guess I could see how you might dream about a soapland,
I
but
dream that it's 40 years ago, on that cold New Year's Eve night.
what's it gonna turn? You're
Ivy
actually
is
his son?
there, and she's about to give birth to her baby. She gives birth in Shangri-La. In the dream, it's Masato who ends up being born in that soapland.
No, come on. This is embarrassing.
Goofy.
Nothing to be embarrassed about.
You're a significantly better son than he is. It's not that hard,
You've
honestly.
got a good heart, and you're doing the best you can. It doesn't matter where you were born.
Well, soaplands
Thank
are the
you,
most
sir.
holy place in the world, sir.
I'm curious. Did you ever want to find your parents?
You're dodging the whole "can I come back in the
Good
Arakawa family"?
question. I don't really know.
You don't know whether or
At this
not you
point, I've
wanted to
gotten
find your
pretty
parents?
used to not knowing them.
You've gone through a lot. Not that I have any right to speak to you about it.
I mean, unless there's going to be a big reveal about his parents, which I assume there would not be. That is a card they've got to play later if they want. It could turn out that, like, I don't know, who's the right age, roughly? The patriarch who goes around wearing the bathrobe all the time could turn out to secretly be his dad, and the woman who wears the jacket that says Japan on it, Rowdy Reiko's mom, could turn out to be his mom. Otherwise, we don't really have characters who are age appropriate for the shocking reveal here. I got taco sauce in my eye.
Well, no point in dwelling on a dream. That's all it is.
The
right?
guy who he's supposed to be meeting for dinner calls is like, "Where the hell are you?"
I can go the rest of the way from here.
But you're not answering my question about
See you
joining the
tomorrow,
family.
Ichi.
Because and then you get Arakawa-san has joined the party. First thing we're gonna do is put him in the Devil Rocker outfit. Yeah, he's so dead. Sorry. I don't know how the story ends, but, like, he is so dead. They can't just have him floating around being happy. He has to get killed so that Ichiban will have, like, a reason to need revenge.
Yo, this is Ichiban Kasuga. I like messages, so leave me one.
This is Hoshino, of the Seiryu clan. Kasuga, you need to call me as soon as you get this. This morning, they found Arakawa's body in the ocean.
Okay, so I predicted it about 4 seconds before the reveal. It wasn't the most, like, he's a genius. It's like he could be writing this himself ever, but that kind of sucks. That really kind of sucks. At least we finally got our moment with him. He kept sidestepping the issue of whether we could come back into the family or not, but it was pretty clear that they were going to have a relationship, and you have to assume that it's going to turn out that his murder was orchestrated by his own son. Maybe that's not where this is going, but damn. They're doing a good job of making the villains of this game really unlikable. Although so far, all the people that we thought were going to be villains have turned out to be okay. Like, well, Laomot kind of was still a jerk, but he got to live because at the end of the day, Zhao said, like, we were like brothers, I can't kill him. And he's kind of been written out of the story now. But yeah, the Little Master, there's all sorts of reasons to be sympathetic for like how rough it must have been for him being, crippled essentially during most of his childhood, I guess. But they're finding ways to make you really, really rooting for him to go down. Chapter 13, Coin Locker Baby. Is that his head or his feet? I must know. You're under arrest for messing with a corpse. I'm sure there's an actual charge there.
After he had dinner with my patriarch last night, Masumi Arakawa left Heian Tower alone. So he must have been shot on his way home.
Any idea who did it?
I put my money
Dean
on
Malenko, he's known as a shooter.
Pretty sure I'd win that, too. Hell, there were shootings in Sotenbori, too. Attempts on Captain Watase and Daigo Dojima.
Are they okay?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, they had some ex-Tojo legends with them. Can't ask for better bodyguards than that.
Yeah. The characters from these other games are cooler than our characters. Stop telling us that. I don't know why you think that's a thing you need to keep telling us.
No kidding. And yeah, that does point to Omi retaliation.
Uh-huh.
The
You and your
the
pals
little people
should
elimination.
Since you were on the Dissolution's front lines, the remnants will have a bone to pick.
You and your daughter are
Yeah,
doomed.
that's for sure. I'll pass on the advice.
Oh, by the way, are you guys gonna dissolve your Yakuza? Because you're like, yeah, he went to have dinner with the chairman of the small Japanese Yakuza family that controls, I guess, Yokohama, because they were the Ijin Three. It was a three-way battle between the whatever clan, Seiryu clan, and the Gomajul and then whatever Zhao's Chinese group were called. I can't remember. And the Chinese mob has been dissolved and absorbed into the Korean mob, which was the smallest of the three. And you kind of figured the Seiryu clan was supposed to be the most powerful of the three, but they kind of all held each other in check. And now, if I understand things correctly, they're like the only Yakuza group left in Japan. So why are they being dissolved? Yeah, there's really not a whole lot you can probably tell him right now. Game hits you in the feels, man. I'm just waiting to get to a point where we can do goofy-ass side quests. Even they will occasionally give you, like, heartbreaking tales of a little girl died in the hospital, falling in love with your main character.
All because of the stupid Arakawa family. Idiots blew up their own inheritance.
Yeah.
Their betrayal cannot stand, Sawashiro-san.
Grouchy old man. which side is he going to
Remember
come
how we
out
used to
on?
be sister families with the Tojo clan? We had bases in Kanto and everywhere.
Oh,
Of course,
yeah,
the only
yeah.
reason we helped Arakawa-san push the Tojo clan out of Kamurocho in the first damn place was so our family would survive too. Because we're sick and tired of the Tojo demanding tribute money just to let us keep land we'd already been living on for years. If that had kept up, we would have been crushed, just like any other family without their own territory in Tokyo. That's why we
Yep.
work with Arakawa in spite of it being disloyal to the Tojo.
Now, it's like we've betrayed Grove Street to the Ballers. I guess it really is a bit like that. Baller Busters.
Exactly. And who's going to keep any of the promises Arakawa made?
Oh, it's another one of these
Promised once he was at the top of the Omi Alliance.
bathrobe guys.
He would promote us to the main family. Are we just supposed to accept that won't happen now?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Listen, you
'cause it's not gonna
whiners,
happen.
quit your belly aching. I won't let the Omi Alliance die. We'll just give it a new name.
Yeah, why don't I
Kanto
listen to that guy?
Senpai. I know we've caused a real shit show for you. But I promise we'll pay you back in full someday. For now, all of us are asking your forgiveness.
Are these old men just like various Omi Alliance guys, or I don't know. Each of you has been given an exploding suitcase that will kill you. Yeah, wouldn't the young Yakuza be the ones who'd start new organizations here if they don't approve? These old guys don't really have a whole lot left that's... Well, I mean...
Well, just so you know,
There's
it's
money.
not like we're asking to cut ties to the Arakawa family.
Yeah,
We'd
look,
like
guys.
to keep things friendly, if that's possible. Of course. After all, it was Arakawa who was the brains behind the betrayal. And now that he's gone, I'd say the score is settled. If you need us, our door is wide open for you. Second patriarch of the Arakawa family.
What?
Thank you for your understanding.
But he's not even named Arakawa, what the hell?
What?
Shouldn't it have been me? I was like the second in command. Charades usually are humorous.
You think the score's settled? You backwater scumbags don't deserve to be called Yakuza.
You kind of
Excuse
remember their
me?
friend.
You want to repeat that?
Sawashiro, you fuck. I can get the Arakawa family back on its feet without you. Easily, in fact.
I got a
All have
leather
to do is
shirt.
Unite the Omi already here in the East.
You're way out of line. Arakawa
Yeah.
fucked up. His
Why isn't
captain
he
should be on
murdering
his
him right
knees
now?
right now. Stop! What are you doing?
Why isn't anyone like killing him?
Guys like you are all bark and no balls when it's wartime. That's the kind of Yakuza I can't fucking stand. Only a few years ago, you were sucking up to the Tojo clan. Then Arakawa changed his colors, and there you were at his feet. Now he's dead, and you think you can pull the senpai card on me?
It's too bad we don't have any bodyguards or anything.
The Yakuza way to lead is with bloodshed. The weak always fall in line behind the strong.
Yes, sir.
Time to accept it. Among the men in this room, you represent the weak, and that goes.
Yeah, I don't
for
need to
all of
see
you.
that. Looks like the mountains just killed the Viper again. Yeah, I guess he's right. Who else wants a thumb to the
I
eye?
intend to start a new chapter for the Yakuza as the Tokyo Omi Alliance. I hope we can count on your support, Senpai.
Oh, you got blood on the other hand. I'm not sure when.
What makes you think you have any right to pull that shit?
Well, why didn't you stop him? Everyone just kind of stood there and watched him poke some old dude's eye out.
You haven't known me very long. but I think I've made a pretty strong case here for what I'm capable of.
No old man eyes are safe.
I'm not the type of Yakuza who's gonna sit on his hands after his patriarch got removed.
What's your point?
Right now, I don't know if it was you or some other Kansai punk, but I will gut the man who killed him. You have my word on that. There will be no mercy.
The fuck are you saying?
He's saying he wants to kill the guy who killed his patriarch, even though now he's also saying that he's going to go against what his patriarch wanted by restarting the Yakuza in this area. Like Arakawa, the last thing he did before he died was dissolve the family. So now it's a very Eastern thing, actually. He's going with what he wants to do, but he's framed it in a way that it's actually noble and respectful to you know, the patriarch. I mean, there's a reason they use the terms like patriarch and family. It's like he's not literally his dad, but it's the old kind of Confucian fealty to the parents thing. He's like, I wouldn't be that shocked if it turns out this is the guy who actually killed him, but whatever.
Every thug out there on the street knows that you killed your boss under Haoki's orders.
Oh, never mind. He just said it, which means it's probably not true.
Ticket to the big time. You see yourself as the guy on top at the dawn of a new age for the Yakuza. That ain't
You had new ages with crystals and shit.
Sure. I'll give you until I've rounded up all the stragglers in Tokyo to make your move. Until then, keep sucking on the Omi's dried up teats.
I do have to admit, I enjoyed sucking dried teats. He's got me there. Yeah, why? And he's allowed to just walk out? What the? Don't know that that's how it would really work. Yeah, we do remember this.
Sorry I'm late. You guys always go this hard on kids? Where's this brat of mine you say you've got?
Arakawa,
At least I didn't have to pay George Takei for these lines since we already heard them.
We can't just hand him back to you without some compensation.
That face has shown up several times in this game on various generic Yakuza.
I see. Well, how about a finger?
Let me pull it out for
my
you.
Finger for him. Sound fair?
Do we get to pick the finger?
This. All right then. Let's go, you little shit.
This guy's got a pretty good pain tolerance, I'll give him that. Guy's gotta eat. Ooh. There's nothing like delicious, deep-fried coin locker baby. Still, like, I'm just tickled that, like, I called him getting killed like it was this great premonition, and then, like, seconds later, the game announces that he's been murdered. That's what happens when Ichiban Kasuga likes you. It doesn't matter if you're running a Yakuza family or a soap land. You will be murdered. Because the whole deal with the Soapland manager was like Ichiban really liked him because he could see through to the fact that he really cared about his employees. At the rest of our party at the time, Nanba and Adachi thought the guy was a scumbag. Ichiban liked him, and then boom, he gets murdered.
I think that's your phone, man.
It says spam risk. How come it says spam risk, but they let it ring through? He's so sad. He can't even answer a phone.
This is Hoshino.
Sure, man.
You okay?
You didn't call me back. What's going on?
Yeah, I guess.
You don't sound okay. You eating well?
I'm about to eat this saxophone.
Then start. A poor diet won't help the grief. Meet me in Heian Tower.
Peking duck.
That's the last place I saw Arakawa-san. I'll treat you to what he ate as his final meal.
Nachos. Loaded nachos.
But right now,
Just be there.
Fine.
Also, what happened with that whole election plot line? Is that gone now, or he wants to eat? Actually,
Yeah, at Heion Tower.
Are you going?
Yeah.
because I was gonna take you out for
Tell
nachos
me about Arakawa-san's last moments.
before he killed him. Want to see my CD collection? Huh? Well, yeah. It's sad, but we might have new side things we can do, eh? Huh? Huh? It's been a little while since we've had side quests of any interest. Actually, we've hit the point where I might have to look up side quests because they're not freshly populating on their own. There's Heion Tower. That's been a plot place for a couple of times for us, hasn't it? But I don't know exactly what we're gonna do next time because I do need to find some point at which I can just kind of save and be free to move on and do other things. So like I don't want to take the risk of being right in the middle of a plot stuff, but I am getting pretty drawn or pulled into the plot, so let's save. Let's hop into the cab. Confirm first of all we can still go back to Kansai. Yeah, we can't go back there if we want to. But more likely we will actually I will take the risk of advancing the plot a little bit in the hopes that I can get, you know, approximately a video's worth of plot stuff and then be able to stop and disengage from plot if I wanted to, say, do some more Sotenbori battle arena runs or anything else that would involve off-screening. Or if we just decide between now and the next recording session, if I sit down and read up on, you know, what am I doing, what am I missing that some of these side stories haven't popped. Or hell, maybe next time could just go looking for cats or Kappa statues. I don't know, folks, but when we come back next time, things will be happening.